Welcome to the beautiful northeast of America. I want to show you how we measure our lobsters here. Now the part of the lobster we're going to measure is called its carapace, back of the eye socket to where the back meets the tail. That distance, that length, needs to be a minimum of 3¼ inches. Give you an idea, point to point, that's my measuring device, that's my 3¼ First point goes right behind the lobster's eye, in its eye socket. The second point, by my thumb here, has to land up on the back. Hits the back, long enough. Hits the tail, too small. This one, perfect. Right up on the back, that means it's big enough we can keep it. Now for a lobster to make this legal minimum size, it actually takes them 7 years. So this lobster's at least 7 years old. So it's kind of great. All the small baby lobsters, they walk in our traps, they get a free meal, and they either walk right out or they're thrown back by us if they're too small. Only the big ones get to be kept. Now we're not done by size though. After we check the size of a lobster, we also have to know if it's a boy or girl for a couple other reasons. The way we identify a male and a female lobster is underneath their tail. They have these flippers called swimmerets. The top two, they tell you the sex. This one, the top two are rigid rods. They have a little bit of an orange on the tip. They look like kind of praying hands. That's your boy. Rigid rod, orange tips, that's your male. On the female, same spot though, right underneath the tail, these little swimmerets. The top two, hers are soft, feathery. They slightly crisscross, kind of like an X. So soft, feathery, crisscross like an X, like an X chromosome, that's your female. Again, rigid rods, orange tips, that's your boy. Try to give them a little side by side so you can see the difference there. So again, the boy and then the girl. Now, boys, if you make the legal size, that's it. You're going somewhere all over the world to delicious plates everywhere. Female, not done. We have to check 2 more things on the female because females give us babies. We want to make sure we have more lobsters for the future. So we have to protect certain females. And what I mean is, if we ever find a female and she has eggs, we throw her right back. But before we throw her back, we notch her. Let me back up a little bit. So the female, she'll make her eggs inside her tail, inside the back. You can't see them, they're internal inside of her tail. When she's ready though, she takes her eggs, passes them by her third leg, and mounds them on her tail as little black dots. She carries these dots outside of her tail, mounded over 10,000 on her first breeding cycle, for roughly 9 months up to 12, depending on her size. The bigger she gets, the more and more eggs she carries every single time. In fact, she'll breed until the day she dies. But not all females can reproduce. So this is where we have to think about this. If we ever find a female and she has eggs, we want to throw her back. We want more for the future. But before we throw her back, we mark her as a breeder so that every lobsterman to catch her in the future would know she's capable of reproduction. The way we do that is her tail. We have 5 tail flippers. If we find a female with eggs, we take the second tail flipper from the right and we cut a V-notch. It looks like a little scar, like a little V, right out of this tail flipper. That marks her as a breeding female. That protects her for life. Any lobsterman, anytime he catches a female, if she has that V-notch, no questions asked, she goes right back. We've been doing that for a long time. Since 1933, actually, we started doing this around here to make sure we had more lobsters for the future for everyone to have. So now, besides that notch, every now and then a female, maybe she sneaks by that she's capable of reproduction. It's not a perfect system. Imagine like this lobster. Maybe we just never caught her with eggs, so no one was able to provide her with her V-notch. So she's legal, I can keep her, that's fine, but maybe when I go to eat her, I rip that tail open and I find the internal eggs. It looks like red most of the time. Roe, it does happen. Some will sneak by the system. It's not perfect, but it's saving a vast majority overall. If you get that roe, enjoy it. My grandfather, that's all he ever wanted was females because he liked to try to find the roe. Personally, I pass on that, but it's to whatever you like. So that notching, that obviously protects that female lobsters for future generations to come. So you imagine all these lobsters, individuals like myself, take their own boats out, checking their own traps, hand checking every single lobster that goes all over the world, individually, one by one, making sure they meet all our requirements so we can bring you the best product possible. And for all the future generations to come, they still have something to keep catching as well.